And welcome back to my channel. It has been a while, like a couple of weeks, but like I just said, welcome back. And if you are new here, be sure to click that little red subscription button and the bell to be updated for each and every video that will be coming out, especially now that we are 7 days.
7 days.
Technically 7 school days away from summer vacation. Summer to me right now means definitely catching up on some sleep, going out enjoying sunshine, and more importantly, getting back on a regular video schedule. Thank you guys for the messages asking if I was okay. Someone asked if my cats were okay. No, it was just a very, very busy end of the year with a lot going on with school. But once again, we are so close, 7 days away. I know. Anyway, ever since I posted my first year teacher budget and sharing how I work with my given salary as a first year teacher, I did get a lot of people asking, are you still able to save money? What's your spending and your savings habits now? And I feel like now is a more appropriate time to talk about it. I made that video back in November and now it is May, so I'm almost through the entire first calendar year. School year. Anyway, I'll put my budgeting video up above in the cards, but I also wanted to make this video to share how I indeed did save $10,000 over a school year. A school year in this video amounts to 10 months because I started in August and I'll have finished on June 1st. So we'll just assume August to June. I had always heard that teachers were overworked and underpaid, and I know that no one statement can really sum up every district in every state, in every county, so on and so forth, but I can clearly say from my minuscule 9 months of experience, the overworked part is definitely true, especially, and again, from my perspective, the teachers who are in the arts or the specials kind of classes. For me, over the past 10 days, I'm filming this on a Monday, and over the past 10 days, I have done my school's band concert, my school's choir concert. We did a May crowning mass. We did 2 regular school masses. I did an assembly for all of my kindergarten through 5th grade general music classes, and then literally just 24 hours ago, I finished my middle school's musical run. We did Beauty and the Beast Jr. But needless to say, there was a lot going on. Spoiler alert, my next video coming out is about how to put your life back in order and essentially hit the reset button when you've been going. I have to start this video by just giving major props to all teachers, whether it's your first year or you're a veteran teacher. Major props to you and all of your hard work that you give to your students. But without any further ado, let's get to the topic. It's what you've all been waiting for, how I saved $10,000 on a first year teacher's salary. The first thing I did was mapped it out. Again, $10,000 over 10 months, $1,000 a month, or as I like to think of it, $250 per week. And it wasn't always an easy $250 per week. There would be some weeks where I would do a side gig and I would make much more than $250, and then there would be other weeks like Tech Week for the musical where I got to save no money. So it wasn't always a specific $250 per week, this is how we're going to do it sort of deal. And I will be transparent, there were some weeks where I didn't make any money, and there were weeks where I went and I sang as a soloist with the symphony and brought home, I'll just say it, $1,200. So again, that is very, very, very rare. I only get to do that 2 to 3 times a year, but I just want to be transparent on that. There were some side gigs that brought in much less. When I sang with a couple churches, I'd make $80 per gig. I did a couple weddings at $100 per hour. These were all just preset through if I was using an agent or if it was just me. And it wasn't always, here's me working with an agent. There were some weeks where I would just tutor some children. There would be some weeks where I would just sell things slaying around my house. But needless to say, I mapped it out. I kept an eye on my savings account. I didn't actually hit the $5,000 mark until February, well 7 months into this. So it wasn't a strategic, $1,000 per month, but I did map it out. And again, I am not saying that $250 isn't a lot of money. It definitely is. It was just my starting point to think, okay, what can I do to put an extra, $50 into my savings, an extra $25 here, an extra $10 there. $250 was just kind of my outline that I knew if I could get close to that number, I would get close to hitting that goal. Number 2 is the MVP of the savings achievement, and that is automatic transfer. I love this feature because each and every Wednesday, without fail, it transferred X amount of dollars from my from my checking to my savings account. I didn't have to touch it, didn't have to worry about it. I knew it was happening each and every week. And honestly, if I didn't have that on, I don't think I'd be anywhere near the savings amount because it's every week, didn't have to think about it. If I had to go, yes, you saw me look away from the camera, there was a squirrel and I'm basically a child. Auto transfer made it so easy to at least know if I didn't get my full $250 in, I at least got X amount into my savings account each and every week on the dot, right at midnight, and I had to do nothing. Even if you are not trying to save that much money, even if you're just trying to save $100 a month, which is great, have a day of the week where you can move over even $10, $15, automatically move that over and just set it to never end. If I'm again being transparent, I have had this on since 2011, and every Wednesday, like clockwork, it moves money into my savings account. Are there times where I've had to move things out of savings to pay very big bills? Like a mortgage? Absolutely, but each and every Wednesday, a little bit more goes in, a little bit more gets in. Does it make any interest? We'll talk about interest in another video. I made a note in my show notes here, and I want to discuss it now before we get any further into this video. I am not a parent, and I say that in a lot of videos mainly because I get a lot of comments saying, it's really easy for you, Kristen, you don't have the financial responsibilities that we have, and you know what? You're right. I do not have those responsibilities at this time. I can clearly only give advice and tips on things I do have experience on, and I'm doing the best that I can. If you have any better advice from a parent's point of view, I welcome them down in the comments. I just wanted to let that be known here. When I say save X amount of money every single week, if you're someone with multiple kids and financial responsibilities, you're probably watching this going, really? Really? So let me know your comments down below. And again, that is why I don't make videos on how to save money for children or how to budget a nanny or childcare or diapers or any of those sorts of things because I don't have that kind of experience. Anyway, that is my disclaimer. Parents, please don't come for me. Next tip. Okay, number 3 is one I almost made an entirely separate video on, and it is to milk your teaching perks. Just a few weeks ago, we had Teacher Appreciation Week, and for the entire week, if you took your little teacher's badge, you could get free lunches here, discounts there, and I strategically milked them. It was also during the busy part of the musical, so I knew if I only had an hour for dinner, that Chipotle down the street would give me, free lunch or free dinner with my ID badge. So I would go there and what did I get? I got a burrito bowl with a tortilla on the side, had half the burrito bowl for dinner, and then took the extra half, then took the leftover half and the shell that I had asked for in the purchase, and I took that for lunch the next day. Is that extreme? Yes, it is, but it also helped me with saving time during that very busy season. But milking your perks doesn't always have to happen during Teacher Appreciation Week. Anytime I would get gift cards, Starbucks, Tim Hortons, Target, I'm trying to think, Amazon, Visa gift cards, I'm just trying to think where I've gotten them. I will save them. They're wonderful gifts. I appreciate them. I know there's kids and parents that watch these videos. I appreciate them more than you know. You guys have bought my gas and groceries more times than I can count. But I didn't just get those gift cards and go buy something and do a splurge. I would get them and think, okay, I am gonna have, not as much money to put into my savings this week, so let me use this gift card on gas, let me use this gift card on groceries, and I hate shopping for groceries at Target because personally I think they're overpriced, But if I have a $25 to $30 gift card, I can get my staples in a single transaction and go. Is it always the most economical? No, but I made it work. The whole point of this is to use your gift cards wisely. Number 4 is to set up a savings hour. In previous videos, I have something called a power hour where I will put in earbuds, listen to music or a podcast for 1 full hour and make a checklist of things to clean my house. But now I do a power savings hour where I will go into my kitchen and I will meal prep 5 lunches, and if I have leftovers, I will prep them as dinners. I will get my cold brew coffees made and poured into the tumblers so I can open my fridge each morning. I can grab a lunch that has been prepared and a coffee. It takes me literally 10 seconds in my morning routine, and it is done. Where I work, if you want to go out for lunch, that has to include a Postmates delivery, an Uber Eats, whatever it is, because there's not enough time in our schedules to go out, get it, eat, and come back. So not only does it save me money in the meals out, but it saves me money in the tax and delivery fees. Now, to keep me motivated on this, I wrote in my planner that my savings hour on Sunday saves me $15 a day max, which is $75 a week, $300 a month, and $3,000 during the school year. And again, I know I have to pay for the groceries, but that is offset in the not so cheap in Columbus delivery fees for Postmates and Uber Eats. Number 5 is to always save my cash overflows. And what I mean by that is I set aside a certain amount of money to pay bills. For example, my electric bill, my heating bill. If I say have $50 set aside and it only costs me $30 for that month, I will automatically put that leftover $20 into my savings account. I used to throw that money into like my fun account, but I've tried really hard to put all of that extra overflow into savings. From my experience, the quicker you put it into your savings, the less amount of time it has to sit in your checking and, try to urge you to spend it. Number 6 is not my favorite one, and teachers, again, please don't come for me, but I did work on the weekends. I did teach some lessons, I did some tutoring, again, I already mentioned this, but I did some symphony singing gigs. Those were worth it in my mind. Those were so worth it. But on a more consistent basis, I do the online teaching route. I do the English as a second language through VIP Kid. I try to teach mainly Monday to Friday between 5:30 and 7 a.m. so I can get in those classes. But if I really want to up my savings, like if I know I'm not going to save any other way during that month and there are no other gigs and I haven't set up tutoring, I will work a few extra hours on Saturday and Sunday. It's usually 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. So I will put a disclaimer out there. Please look out for your mental health. Do not become a workaholic. Do not become someone who can't function if you are not consistently working. But if you do have a way to make extra income and you're willing to give up a few weekends to make that happen, working on the weekends has proven to be really worth it. Number 7 goes along with number 6, and it is to get a moderated side hustle. And what I mean by that is get a side hustle where you control your hours. If I were to go work retail, I would have a store manager that would assign me my hours and pay me, let's just say, minimum wage. I'm not sure what it is right now. I'll say $9 an hour. Get a side hustle that lets you pick your hours, like babysitting or nannying. Again, I mentioned it, tutoring. And with VIP Kid, I can choose when I want to be available. I open my slots, and as of right now, I make $22 an hour to sit in pajamas in front of my computer with my earbuds and teach kids really cute songs and talk to them. This is not a commercial for them. I'm just letting you know, get a side hustle where you control your hours. If you need to sleep in on a Saturday, make it so you can say, I'm not gonna work then. Just not gonna do it. If you, again, were working retail and your boss assigned you that Saturday, you would have to go. You are not in control of your hours. Get a side hustle where you control your hours. The easiest one that I have seen, at least my friends do, is they make the most out of reselling things. Whether it's their things, they go find things at garage sales and they resell them at a markup. They can literally decide when they want to work, when they want to answer emails. And again, another one I've seen is babysitting. They just say when they're available and the parents that need them, contact them. Point of this is to just get a side hustle that you can work when you feel rested and able. Anyway, these are my top 7 tips that have helped me save $10,000 during the school year. If you are a fellow teacher or just a fellow budgeter that has done something very similar, let me know your tips and tricks down below in the comment section. I love having conversations with you guys down there, and I have missed it over the past several weeks that I have been absent and living in my middle school. Not figuratively, it just feels like it because I was always there. Do you guys hear that, weed whacker? It's time to end this video. Like I've mentioned 800 times in this video, summer is coming, and if you have any suggestions for video topics now that I'm going to get back on a regular schedule, let me know down below, or you can email me or write me on any of my socials. Let me know anything you would like to see on this channel over the summer months. Anyway, other than that, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!